Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Sayonari L, aka the Amber Carabinard L of DC Virtual Services Incorporated, headquartered in Tennessee. Today we are going to go over 3 steps on how to create your own personal affirmation. Um, a couple weeks ago, we found out what our affirmation was. Last week, we had a 1 hour video on I am affirmations featuring Justin Perry. So today we are going to try to create our own affirmations for ourselves. So creating affirmations can subconsciously retrain and reprogram your brain. This replaces negative thoughts with positive affirmations that which can change your lifestyle in a matter of months. So the key of manifestation is thought, feelings, and action. So what is to manifest? So manifesting is actually bringing something from thought into the material world. We materialize our thoughts through our feelings and actions in order to get the things that we need. We can manifest good, we can manifest bad. It's all up to our initial thoughts and feelings of it. So, what affirmation does is actually create like a cheat code in order to bring the things that you would like to bring into your life. So we are going to go over 3 steps, and at the end of this video, you'll be able to create your own affirmations based on your own personal goals and vision for your own personal life. So step one is to begin your affirmation with I am. Use the I am at the beginning of your affirmation will command your brain to pay attention to what is placed in your mind subconsciously. So, what the subconscious is the background of your life per se. So, for example, right, the way we grow up in our environment, the people and places and things we surround ourselves feeds the subconscious. It feeds the background of our actual personality and disposition. Your conscious is this your physical body, what you can see, hear, um, things of that nature, all your 5 senses. So that's the conscious. Your subconscious is in a background that helps with the manifestation in your life. So if you grew up in a positive environment, 9 out of 10 you are a positive person. If you grew up in a negative environment, you may have negative traits. It's not anything wrong with you. It's the fact on what we surround ourselves with, whether we had a choice to surround ourselves with it or not. So what positive affirmation does, it helps retrain our brain and reprogram our subconscious so we can start attracting the things that we like to have. So the step one is to begin your affirmation with I am. So last week we found out that I am is the most important thing that you can say to yourself in order to bring things into fruition. This ain't magic. This ain't anything like that. It's pure science. So what you speak to yourself is what you're going to bring in your life. That's why they teach us in school spells. Whatever you speak, it will come to manifest if you put the feeling and thought into it. So we got to watch what we spelling into our lives by speaking it. Um, so what you want to do, you want to bring things in fruition by saying I am. Use the I am at the beginning of your affirmation again can command your brain to pay attention to what is placed subconsciously. So when your mind say here I am, it automatically think that and know that you are talking um, to it. And when I mean it is mean your spirit and your soul in this body. Your body is just nothing but a vessel, an avatar for this lifetime. So again, what do you use? You use I am at the beginning of your affirmation. Step two, what you do after having I am, you're going to bring your affirmation in present tense. So it's always important to bring your affirmation in present tense because it brings the emotion to it. What is emotion? Energy in motion. That's all emotion is. It's bringing energy into motion in order to bring something to pass. So if you're feeling happy about a situation, you go and bring that. Excuse me. That brings happy thoughts. If you think positive and feel positive, it's going to be bring positive thought. So it's always important to have your affirmation in present tense as if you already have it in order to kickstart your emotions forward. So again, step 2 is use present tense. You want to speak as if you already have it. Speak only what you want. So that's very important. You don't want to speak anything that you do not want because it's going to come to pass. And then also you want to stay away from all negative words and negative connotations such as no, don't, not, etc. You don't want to put anything that's negative inside your affirmation because your body is going to automatically filter out anything else that you say but that negative word. When we're born with a clean slate. The things that we learn through environment, and the world is so negative, your body is automatically going to pull to the negative portion uh, of this life. That's why you see toddlers. The first words they know is they know, no pun intended, is no. They say no. I don't want that. It's not because it's not anything wrong with the child. It's just the environment that we are brought into, like as a society of a whole. Um, is a world full of no's. So we have to make that possibility with a yes. So you want to speak as if you already have it. Speak only what you want, and don't use any negative words such as no, don't, not, it's etc. So example of not using um, anything that's negative in your affirmation is I have a black and red vehicle. So that's not necessarily an affirmation that you want to have. That's something you actually put in a manifestation journal. Well, we're gonna learn a little more about that later on. But you get what I'm saying. It's not. It don't have anything. No, don't, or anything with it. So let me give you a better example. Um, I am wealthy. I am wealthy does not have anything that's negative in it. Whereas if you say I am not poor, I am not poor. You put not in it now. Now it's like you said. Now your body's just gonna hear not. So it's going to take longer for your manifestation to come. Whereas if you did it correctly in present tense, it will move a little bit faster. That's how this life works. You want to speak the things that you want to have in order to manifest it. So that the universal law number 4 of law of attraction will kick in. Uh, a lot of times we hear, if you think it, it'll come. No, it will, but that's is a piece of a puzzle of is missing. You have to feel as if you already have it. So again, step one is to use I am. Step 2 is use a present tense without anything that's like a negative connotation with it. Number 3, make your affirmations worth conviction. What I mean about conviction, you have to believe it. You can't say something to yourself if you don't have any belief into it. Is it easy to believe in something? Sometimes it may be a little bit difficult. So you always want to make your manifestations in things of that nature basically in steps. So you want to also make it around your overall goals, your beliefs, and make sure that make sure that you have the knowing that it will manifest in due time. Everything comes in divine timing. And what that means is it's not your will. It's not your will at all. Only thing that you could do, we co-creators of this life. Only thing we could do, we could think what we want, feel what we want, and then take the action on it. But that time is going to come into play when that time may come. Sometimes we're not ready for the things that we want because we got people and places and things in our lives that it has to be removed in order to gain that extra material, gain that wisdom and knowledge and understanding. But some people you can't take with you, and that's part of life. You gotta leave some people behind. That's okay, though. In order to manifest, you got to know it's in divine timing. So make your affirmations worth conviction. Make your affirmations based on your overall goals, your overall beliefs, and make sure you know that it will come into divine timing. So the easiest thing in life is to manifest. As long as you think, you feel, and you take action, you will receive it. But the hardest part of manifestation is having the patience when it until that time comes and not becoming discouraged. So again, step one, you use the words "I am" to retrain and reprogram your brain. Number in your subconscious. Number two is to use present tense and not use anything that's negative. Number three is to make sure your affirmation is worth your conviction. You got to believe in your affirmations. Don't make an affirmation based on what somebody else is doing and how you want people to view you, because it will never work. We all come here to for a mission, and one of those missions, don't you shouldn't care how people feel about you. You should care to a certain extent. You want to have a good reputation, some good character, but don't take it to the point that it makes you complacent. But just because Johnny is doing this here, that don't mean you have to do it. You know, or you feel like if you want to be liked. I think the saddest part of life, people want to be liked so much that they lose themselves. And creating affirmations is not for that. So again, let me reiterate. Use "I am." Step number one. Step number two, you use present tense. And then step number three, you make sure that you believe in what you're saying to yourself. Practice your affirmations when you most subconsciously active, such as when you first wake up in the morning. So when we first wake up, we still in that REM sleep, in a sense. So you sleep, you dream, so you're in a higher state of conscious when you sleep. That's why they say sleep is the cousin of death. Because to be honest, it is. You in your more of your higher self when you sleep than when you awake. Because this is nothing but like a similar to a simulation. Whatever we see is not necessarily what we're seeing. So when you first wake up, you're in the closest state of being closer to yourself. So it's best to practice your affirmations when you mostly um, subconsciously active and you have less distractions. And you want to say these affirmations to yourself in the mirror. You want to see yourself. You want to be able to connect to yourself in a higher state. And looking at yourself in a mirror is the way to do so. You want to see yourself speaking this life to yourself. Practice your affirmations in a mirror. Have patience with it, and you're definitely going to have it to manifest the way it needs to manifest. So again, the first step of creating your own personal affirmations is to begin your affirmation with "I am." Number two, use the present tense. Number three, make sure your affirmations is worth the conviction. Make sure you believe in your affirmations in order for the universe to believe it. And it's definitely going to come to pass. Again, this life is nothing but patience. Patience and lessons to evolve to the higher self, to evolve to the person that you need to be. Again, this is the Sayonari L, aka Deamber Carol Bernard L, ODC Virtual Services Incorporated. If you view this on one of my Facebook pages or Instagram or LinkedIn, welcome and thank you so much for viewing my video. If you've seen this on YouTube, feel free to share, like, and subscribe to this channel so I can make more vids like this one. And again, thank you so much. Peace.